ever widely known that things have kind of been struggling in the US over the past year or so. But I think there is like an argument to be made because that US market was progressing so aggressively initially. The fact that it's kind of just totally dropped off could almost have like a positive effect on like Europe and more other emerging markets. Just it's kind of freed up some aspects of the supply chain that weren't necessarily available before. That knock-on effect could kind of work out.
Could be a benefit.
Yeah, in the long run. Yeah.
Dan, Benedict, thanks for taking the time to speak to me today. We're here obviously at the Offshore Energy event in Amsterdam. Can you just tell us a bit about the latest with TGS and TGS 4C?
Yeah, so we've got quite a lot going on at the moment. Last week, we started the rollout of the new platform.
Yep.
So over the last, I want to say 9 months or so, the IT team, in collaboration with us in the sales team and the guys in the research team, been developing a new platform. Loads of great new features, a lot cleaner and slicker, great new user interface. So yeah, that's been a big development. That's currently being rolled out, as I say. Obviously, it takes a while to roll these things out to all customers.
Yep.
But it's been warmly received.
Okay.
Any feedback customers have got, please do give it to us, you know, because we're always willing to improve.
Yep.
One of my jobs this week, which is quite exciting for us, we're starting to look at other areas that we can branch out into within renewables.
Yep.
One of which, obvious one, is onshore as well as the offshore that we already provide.
Yep.
So I'm looking this week to speak to as many exhibitors as possible, to show them a proof of concept that we're working on for the onshore platform that we're hoping to develop, and with their guidance, their advice of what they would be looking for from that sort of platform in time to release it, build it up to be what our offshore platform already is. So yeah, they're the two main developments.
Yep.
We've also officially announced on the world of LinkedIn yesterday that Ivar Slengesol is now our VP.
Yep.
Which is great for us. Obviously, well known in the industry, brings huge amount of knowledge, which is only going to benefit us and help us grow and develop. So quite a lot going on.
Good. And you mentioned the new platform, some updates. Can you tell us a little bit about the purpose behind that for the end user?
Yeah, so I think the way the industry is, it's all about trying to be as versatile with like usage and different like methods of electricity generation as possible. Just trying to get all bases covered and just kind of make the end product better for the customer at the end of the day. My focus is mainly on like the offshore wind side of things. At the moment, with the way the industry is, it's like I think it's really key for people to be able to get accurate data on that front to make sure like the right ones are able to be made with like the best possible information. Really, for us, being able to get like that knowledge in other areas is really, really useful.
Yeah, I was going to say, because obviously I guess the oil and gas sector has a large influence on the offshore wind sector.
Yeah.
You must see trends there that you can take across into what you guys are doing.
Yeah, 100%. It's depending on how one's going, it has, like, as you say, like the direct effect on another. Particularly at the moment, there's such a push to boost all the kind of renewables and just get as much of that into the system as possible to kind of take some of the reliance away from oil and gas.
You mentioned the new rollout, potentially a new platform for onshore, which, to be honest, sounds fantastic. And to be honest, surprised it's not been done already. How's business been? How do you see it in the next year?
You'd be lying to say, you're flying. I think everyone in the industry, regardless of what you do within the industry, knows this year has not been all the way up. It's been steady, and we've been steady, and we've maintained what we were doing, essentially. A lot of new customers have come on board, which has been really encouraging. And I think this new platform that we're releasing hopefully helps us to win back some old customers that may have left. And also get some of those new faces on board as well. With the new platform, just sort of building on what you were asking, Benedict, things like customizable dashboards, something as simple as being able to save previous filters that you've used. So it's just click and play. You don't have to then go through the whole process of setting the filters each time you get. Exactly. So everything that we've done and had in mind for this platform has been for the end customer at the end of it.
You're a global company. Do you see any difference geographically of uptake in terms of what you do?
So Europe is still very strong, obviously. Asia is still reasonably strong for us, but it is an area we're looking to develop and push more into. The States this year has gone a little bit quieter for obvious reasons. But yeah, generally Europe very strong. Asia not far behind, but somewhere we want to build on. The States, we're kind of playing by ear a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on that? You know, I mean, politically, we know the stance, but do you see that changing? Do you see there's a pushback from consumers and customers in the market?
I think it is very much a case of seeing the long term as opposed to the short term. I think the customers are still there and they will remain to be there. It's just going to take a little bit longer for the whole industry to develop over there, and obviously for our customer base to build there as well. Politically,
Yeah.
Benedict's your man.
I think there's an argument to be made as well, because obviously with, you know, ever widely known that things have kind of been struggling in the US over the past year or so. But I think there is like an argument to be made because because that US market was progressing so aggressively initially.
Yeah.
And like it's almost the fact that it's kind of just totally dropped off could almost have like a positive effect on like Europe and more other emerging markets. Just it's kind of freed up some aspects of the supply chain that weren't necessarily available before. So with kind of the focus coming back to Europe, that knock-on effect could kind of maybe like work
Could
out.
be a benefit.
Yeah, in the long run. Yeah.
And like you say, it was going so aggressively fast in sort of the US. Do you think there could be sort of a correction actually? Sort of it, although it slowed right down, you know, when it picks back up, it might actually sort of be in a better position.
Obviously, it's hard to tell at the moment because it feels like there's just quite a lot of infighting and people trying to get a lot of different things and things like that. So I think
Typical politics.
Yeah, because of that, it's I think it's not going to go on forever. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, these things, particularly when industries are getting going, there's always like these fluctuations, kind of getting things off the ground. So I think likelihood is it's not good. It won't be like this.
Yeah.
Long term, people are just trying to get through the best they can at the moment, really.
All right, and just lastly then, so as a company, you're positive, you're looking forward. Things are looking good.
I would say so.
Good.
I hope so.
Yeah.